Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna rock a testing, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna rock another testing, 1, 2, 3. By the way, for those of you who were here a little bit earlier, yeah, it's just one of those. It's just one of those nights where I want to hang out with my subscribers and my community as we hit a pre-Thanksgiving weekend buzz on a Friday night, heading into what's a crazy 2021. I mean, 2022 is coming up, guys. Like I'm gonna be in June of 2022 physically writing and erasing 2021. I can't believe that we're already here at 2022. But long story short, we're just gonna stay up for a little bit because my 6-year-old has got my bed tonight with mommy on a Friday night, and that means I'm sleeping downstairs and having some fun and hanging out and spending some time together. I want to play and showcase a little Hitman 3 for those of you who are out there, because this game not being on a Game of the Year list is simply unbelievable and inexcusable. But as I mentioned on my earlier stream tonight, that comes with a little bit of a caveat, and we will talk about that here very shortly. For now, I am finalizing the setup here. We are going to play a little Hitman 3. We'll see what happens. My goal is just to hang out and showcase a little bit of Hitman 3 and why it may or may not be a game for you on the other side of that lens. I will be right back. We will get set up and we will go for the rest of this Arsenal stream with some Hitman 3. You don't want to go anywhere. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Actually, I need to plug in this other light over here and see if maybe for this Hitman session, part 2 of the live Arsenal stream tonight, guys, let me hop back into the main camera here. We are hanging out tonight, ready for a holiday and end of 2021 that's hopefully been maybe a little bit better, just a scotch, a smidgen than 2021 and by extension 2020. I am ready to talk about this game. Before we get started, let's take a quick look at the profile so you guys have an idea of what I'm talking about here. So we're just going to hit my profile. I'm not going to go to power. Okay, that's the beer talking. Okay, we're not going to go to the power button. What we're going to do is hit our profile. Okay, and this is something I do like about next generation stuff. This is the Nintendo Switch version of like time tracking and like that kind of thing, implemented very, very well. One of the few things I think that the PlayStation 5 actually does legitimately well, maybe above and beyond the PlayStation 4. I still think the PlayStation 4 is ultimately, I'm not kidding, a better system at this point. Like if PlayStation 5 was coming out now, I'd be like, sweet. Yeah, cheers. Unfortunately, I just the fact that I still can't use my backgrounds I've bought over the years, plural. That's not a singular thing here. Okay, this is plural. Or assign dynamic anything like it's just, or organize things. It's archaic, and it's just one of those things that just blows my mind out of the back of my skull. But one of the few things it does well is it tracks the time that you play games, and I really appreciate that because Nintendo Switch, in a lot of ways, is in the general ballpark. I can't tell you how many times I've been looking at Octopath Traveler saying like 95 hours and 6 minutes and whatever seconds, and I'm like, yeah, I'm 4 hours away from 100, and I check my profile and it says like 75, and I'm like, it doesn't matter to me. But here's the trade-off, right? Nintendo Switch is archaic. Okay, Nintendo Switch in a lot of ways kind of goes back to the old school mentality of games where it's like, we'll give you a general ballpark on how certain things are, but we're not going to give you, let's say, for instance, achievements. If you're playing a Nintendo Switch and you care about trophies and achievements and those types of things, listen, yeah, Switch is it's going to be a difficult proposition for you because the Switch, unless the individual game or software itself, the application, supports like tracking of those things in game, you're gonna miss out on that. But they're like, oh, that's okay. We've got your play time, so people can be like, you've played this game for this long. Even that's not accurate. PlayStation does a very, very good job of this. And so let's hop into let's see, games. Okay, can't load. Something went wrong. Well, that's also a very good emblematic thing for the PlayStation 5. Always an issue somewhere, always an inconvenience. I should say not always, but frequently enough where I'm done. I get so frustrated with it. I'm just like, I would much rather play, even if it's Alan Wake's American Nightmare on, an Xbox 360 game on the Series X. I will do that instead. Guys, I'm gonna plug in this light over here and grab a water. I will be right back. Please stay tuned for some Hitman 3. We're gonna have a whole lot of fun here tonight on the second part of this stream as we play a little of what could be very well Bauer's Game of the Year in Hitman 3. We'll be right back. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am back. Let's set up the intermission screen here, which is the ranting and raving screen. For those of you who have been tuned in for a while, let's recap a little bit of what just happened. Your man BauerKillz has been working just in general, and eating like a rabbit. Eating like a rabbit for probably a solid 8 weeks, and just loving life, so blessed by the Lord. At the end of the day, like that's the most important thing. Just very, very fortunate and humbled, and just it's just been an incredible couple of months here, just like a season of growth. And sitting down here tonight for the first time in over a month with you folks has been just special. Just so like this connection I've felt getting to know a number of you out there this early on in kind of my YouTube journey. It's just been such a pleasure and such a joy, and I just want to share that with you. So we're heading into the end of a very tough year, really a couple of years, and I'm just excited to sit here and have some time to hang out with you guys and have a couple of brewskis responsibly, and to feel the weight that's come off, and just the catching a buzz off a couple of it's just, I don't know, it's just been a really good time to hang out and spend some time together, play some games, and talk about Game of the Year 2021. But I just want to give a shout out to the community here. Like, it's just been great getting to know you guys and spending time together, and a lot of you have reached out and have maintained connections even when I've been out sick or busy with work or whatever have you. It's just been awesome. So I was like, I need to get this camera back on and just kind of hang out with my friends. I'm gonna hang out with my friends. Yes, we played Halo multiplayer tonight, which was fantastic, and some periods of frustration, a little bit of technical difficulties, but still a really good time ultimately. And now I'm about to hop into Hitman 3 and be like, I've got to show this to my friends, like, especially considering the level of ridiculousness when it comes to how Hitman 3 has been snubbed. For the Game Awards to not even nominate, to put Ratchet and Clank. Okay, guys, stay tuned to the channel. I've got videos talking about this coming. I can't give it away now, but I have a whole lot to say about this, and I'm really looking forward to dropping those here, so stay tuned for that. Borvad says, Power! What is going on, Borvad? Cheers. Thank you for joining, man. As always, it's great to see you. Looking forward to playing some Hitman 3. Savage Dragoon is back. Stefan Gaman, who I've been spending time with on Twitter, talking games, sharing thoughts, sometimes disagreeing on things, but always like guys, like civil discourse. Can you believe it? Right? Stefan Gaman at the forefront of that. Cheers to you, brother. And thank you again for coming back to the stream on short to little and no notice. It's 11:18 p.m. Eastern Standard. So, but well, let's yeah. People joining from all over the world. It continues, ladies and gentlemen, to just blow my mind. Seeing Mark come in earlier tonight from Australia, and I'm like, man, that whole lot you can say about Australia right now, right? But it's all about the people, man. Just wherever you are in the world, like, hey, my last job. And by the way, this is an Arsenal stream, so we're going to be playing some Hitman. We played 3.5, almost 4 hours of Halo earlier tonight. Strap yourselves in. When you come to hang out with BauerKillz, you're here for the ride, so enjoy it. And hit those comments, by the way, because we will be talking throughout this session. But it's just a good time, man. And I hope all is going well for each and every one of you out there. And I just wanted to give you a shout out. So we're here to hang out. I'm going off track now. No idea what I'm going to do here in Hitman 3. I just know I know some of the levels. There's a lot of things I haven't done, and even the things that I have done, doing them again would probably showcase the level of versatility that this game has to offer, and kind of give really a good idea of what this game is about. right? So I think I went in there and showed you guys earlier. I think that was my original point, which I've very clearly steered away from. When you go into your profile here, that was it. We're going to connect the dots now, ladies and gentlemen. If you were 4 or 5 years old, there'd be dots here. You'd be like 1, 2, 3. 20 minutes later, we're going back to my original point. And that was just to show you guys that I know what I'm talking. Oh, that's right. It couldn't load. I don't know why that can't load. But that, like I said, that was a good example of the PlayStation. We're connected to the PlayStation Network. Everything's good. We're solid. We're sound. And I can't bring up the playtime that I have for Hitman. It's about 122 hours. And I legitimately feel like I'm not joking when I say this. Scratch the surface of what this game has to offer. I've played some of these levels dozens of times. Dozens. And I still see new things. And I still think of different ways that I could manipulate the environment or pose as a certain specific, like you role play in Hitman. It is a sandbox assassination simulator that rewards repeated playthroughs and gives you the level of flexibility. I can't think of a game that offers more. Just the ones that I have set out in the game for you. Just going through those it's a smorgasbord. Just like, you ever go to a buffet back in the day when buffets existed? Like, listen, I know a lot of you out there may not know what a buffet is. Rest in peace, by the way, Old Country Buffet, who I absolutely loved and went out of business during the coronavirus pandemic. If you ever go to a buffet and you just feast, every single level of Hitman 3 and the entire World of Assassination trilogy, which you can play through Hitman 3 in one centralized location, is an Old Country Buffet when you've been crawling through the desert and all you found along the way is a water skin. Not a canteen, a water skin. Okay, let's just leave it at that. So I'll have a whole lot to say about Hitman 3. We got a video coming up to talk about it because this is going to be the one that I open my Game of the Year watch list with. And we're going to play a little bit of it here tonight. So let's take a look at live chat here, and then we are going to hop in. We'll just going to eyeball it. We'll see what pops out and what might be cool to do, and we'll go from there. Well, I don't have my phone. However, I can bring up YouTube on my actual computer. COM intentionally withheld. Okay. The one thing that really, it's not fun about Gamecaster is you can't scroll up and like once the chat goes like that. I feel like it's almost done to encourage super chat. Like there have been streams that I've done because the whole monetization thing. I just don't want to monetize, right? So I'll just stop and be like, yeah, you came to see me play whatever it is, Halo Infinite tonight, something else another time. And I stop to answer as many chats as I can, and it ends up being just like kind of a podcast with some gameplay sprinkled in. And I know some of you want to see these things more often, so I understand that. But I'm still trying to keep that down and not utilized here. Here we go. By the way, thank you for the sound checkers earlier tonight when I first started the first stream, saying, "Oh, there's an echo in the back." That was really good, helpful feedback for me. That helped me tune what I needed to do, and I didn't charge you $110 with a discount to do it, like EA and DICE literally did with Battlefield 2042. That would be the equivalent. It is. I have a whole lot to say about that, but I'm just going to hold off for now. It is. So the first thing I see is R.I.P. Sweet Tomatoes. R.I.P. Sweet Tomatoes from Bert, aka Dart. Dart, you're my freaking BauerKillz mention of the night, dude. Love you, brother. Hope you're doing well. We got to catch up, by the way, on the JRPG front, dude. I got a whole lot to say about Shin Megami Tensei 5, especially someone coming from an experience only with the Persona series, and you know personally how much I love that that dang game. But we'll talk about that in a little bit here. Borvad says, dude, it's 4 a.m. here. Applejack has me awake. I bought a PS... You guys are so cool. It's just like, man, what, like I said, like we're all just doing life together, you know? Applejack has me awake. I bought a PS5 to go along with the Series X. Tell me. The Series X keeps whispering to me, I bought the black sheep of the console world. I love the way you articulated that. Yeah, dude, you're definitely not wrong. I've heard those whispers directly in my cerebellum. So that's not something that you have to wonder about any longer. Stefan Gaman says, word is Xbox is looking to buy IO Interactive or Crystal Dynamics. Wow. Trying to think Crystal Dynamics, if that's Tomb Raider or if it's Crysis. I think it's Crysis. Someone needs to fact check me on this. But what I do know is that both IO Interactive and Crystal Dynamics are absolutely incredible companies, either way, whatever direction you go. What I would say about this, and for me, listen, if you're going to join my live stream and, you know, spend time here with me, I'll give you a little spoiler alert for a video that's coming up. This will be in my video, but still watch the video, okay? IOI Interactive maintained a vision from the very first Hitman game through the third one. But what makes them interesting is that they went through different publishers with each release. All with different constraints, all with different limitations and restrictions. So for instance, in the first Hitman 3, it was released episodically. You got a couple episodes. You got the first episode, which is the Paris episode that most people know. And then they would release them periodically, and these are like pocket universes. These are your own worlds to kind of live in and develop your own things for. And you got to understand, even going beyond like the material that IOI explicitly puts in the game. Well, you can kill this person by doing this 40 different ways, right? And then with an endless amount of options in order to carry those things out. They've included in the game, which has always been a staple of the Hitman franchise, but it has never been more apparent in value than here. Contracts mode. So I can be like, yeah, you know that butler, like the dude that, you know, leads you around over there. You got to kill him in your suit only, and you have to use a fireplace poker or a fish. We have to drown him in the toilet. You got to somehow distract him, get him over to the toilet, drown him. Or whatever method you desire. You just leave it open and be like, that's the target I want. It's a mode called Contracts. I'm about 125 hours into Hitman 3. With seasonal content that they release for free, by the way, in addition to their DLC stuff. Just an absolutely incredible, unbelievable value, and incredibly supported well by IOI. But getting back to the original point, in the first game you have like actual cutscenes and those types of things. Second game it's like still shots while dialogue is playing. You see the gameplay evolving through it, but the way of the game is presented due to who their publishers were and like, you know, their direction, all that stuff. IOI managed to stick to their vision for this franchise. And I never thought that any stealth game, especially, well, let me take a quick step back. Any Hitman game would be as good as Silent Assassin on PlayStation and 2. I was like, that's the pinnacle of Hitman. That will always be the pinnacle of Hitman. Having played the entire World of Assassinations trilogy, or the World of Assassination trilogy through Hitman 3, having all the locations, all the escalation contracts, which we can talk about later. I mean, just, this is like, think of Madden or Call of Duty or whatever is regularly updated with content and constantly tinkered with. Think about that for an assassination stealth simulator game. It's just hard to explain until you experience it yourself. And if you happen to be a fan of what this type of experience is looking to offer, which does it better than anything else in history. The exception of Metal Gear Solid, because that's in the impact of stealth, of the stealth genre, was really hit with Metal Gear Solid. I mean, that, like, the impact on the entire medium can't be discounted there. That's the only reason I put this behind that. But this is what I thought Hitman on PS2 was, but even better. And that's the only way I can put it. Hard to explain. So let's figure out what we're going to play, how we're going to play it, and let's go from there. All right, I have lost connection. Not connection, I've lost connection to live chat, which Tomb Raider, though, is what I see. Let's just hop in and see what we do here. All right, so again, if I unlock new ways of killing people, if I get experience, whatever it is, that's fine. I'll talk you guys through what I'm doing. And also, you'll appreciate, by the way, this game is actually intended for save scumming. That's like the game's built around it, so that you can test the AI and the different patrols. There is nothing more rewarding in this genre than like learning these maps. And by the way, most of the story, the most impactful parts, it's environmental storytelling through conversations between NPCs and different activities that different people do when you follow them around and watch. Yeah, and some of them are time-based. You only have a certain amount of time because they'll go through a certain routine. It's almost like a play where certain events and certain conversations and chains of actions are triggered when you get into that area. So that's like the general, that's kind of, I'm sorry, microphone. That's kind of like the general gist of things, right? Everyone has a role to play, and then you learn it, and then it just opens up an entire world of possibilities. But then other aspects of levels are like time-based, where you can only do it if like 2 or 3 of those chains have happened, and then something happens after that, or you have to get to a certain NPC or get to a certain situation that plays out independent of where you are or where you start. But leveling up these levels, playing these levels and leveling up new starting locations where you can be Agent 47 already infiltrated as a gardener or as a mechanic or as a private security, so you don't have to do that yourself from a starting location. Just the opportunities it opens up and how the game plays out and how it upgrades itself, and even level design and structure. And I really can't think of anything more rewarding when it comes to just dedicating some time to something. Like, if this stealth genre is for you and you put the time towards it, you will not find a better experience than this. And it is absolutely incredible. I'm excited to play it here a little bit while we finish off a brewski, drink a little bit of water, and figure out what comes next. Let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do this together. No idea what I'm going to play, how I'm going to play it, but like I said, 122 or 25 hours, and like, I will be playing this. Like, you guys, in 2022, people are going to be like, "What are you playing?" And I'm guarantee you right now, even a year from now, I'll be like, "I'm still playing a little bit of Hitman. Just playing some Hitman." You leave it on your console and you play it, and you love life. I'm going to take you guys through all aspects of it. I'll show you the story missions. I'll show you how detailed the intel is, all of that stuff, and then we'll carry out. Maybe I'll do a suit-only, a silent assassin run. Let's see how that goes. So I have 55 hours and 25 minutes to get what's called an elusive target. This is continually updated within the Hitman franchise. You don't have to have the battle pass, You don't have to have any of the DLC to get this. An elusive target means you can plan once, and until you get to the target or an objective has been completed, you can replan. But once you get to that point, you have one shot to get the target, and if you don't, it's gone forever. They do elusive targets regularly. Like I say, it's timed. And really what it revolves around is your knowledge of the different maps and what certain NPCs do and the patrols that they take. And like I said, just like learning those things, it's organic. It is fun. It is involving. I mean, you can just fade away into the world, that the World of Assassination trilogy presents to you. It's just incredible. Any level of role playing that you want to do, but you can just soak into the environment, do different things, and you will always be learning more about the story and all the interconnections that exist there. So you can do it by. I'm gonna have to do that. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow or Sunday, and I'll stream that live and be like, guys, we're going after Elusive Target. Is Hitman a PS5 exclusive? It is not. And it is much easier, my understanding is, on Xbox than it is PlayStation to kind of keep things going. What's nice is I own the first episode of the first season. And that got me the entire base game, essentially, just by default, by having that old save file for use in the World of Assassination trilogy. So you buy Hitman 3, you get the levels that are in Hitman 3. But if you want all the locations, you want like the full trilogy experience, you have to buy Hitman, Hitman 2, and then their DLCs. I bought into all of that. And you can buy used copies of stuff, and they have sales in order to get them. But it's just been such a great joy. There's not another game this year that I have played more regularly or appreciated as much as Hitman 3 throughout the year. It came out in January. We're going into December, and I'm like ranting and raving about how I feel like I'm just scratching the surface of it. Think about that. Just think about that for a minute. How many games can you truly say that about? Even if you're a huge JRPG or Western RPG, just an RPG fan like myself, or open world, a game that takes a very long period of time, how often can you say legitimately 10 months later, like, I feel like I'm just scratching the surface of this game and I can't wait to play more of it? You know what I can think of? Maybe Monster Hunter. I've heard people say similar things about Monster Hunter. They put hundreds of hours into it and they're still out there trying to, like, they just love the loop and love what that game offers. And it's a very niche thing. Hitman 3 is extremely similar in that regard from a replayability standpoint. But instead of being like a monster slaying open world kind of type of game, it's a sandbox assassination simulator, and you can play it any different way that you want. But it's just great stuff. So anyway, you can play through the main campaigns here, or you can do it by destination. I always do it by destination. So let's see what we have. And it goes from the beginning of the game. So this was 2016. The first level was your classified ICA facility. France, this was that first episode. I think I just recently did a Silent Assassin suit only run on this one. So you can go to your challenges here. So I've done 18 of 29 assassinations. And these are just the ones that are built into the game. Keep in mind that the game is intentionally designed to not only do all the stuff that IOI has put into the game, but to make it your own. And to be able to, like I said earlier, you got contracts mode to, so you can go online anytime you want to have new targets on any levels, whatever. There's just because the community is so dedicated and so cool. I mean, you can create your own or challenge yourself. Just it's ridiculous, right? So you can see in the bottom right there, you have a profile that's constantly being updated. Actually, you can't see it because I'm got my picture here, but I'm level 168, mastery 18 of 20 on just this level. So, like I said before, you're upgrading these levels as you play them and complete these challenges and experiences and all these different things you unlock. Different parts of the level to start in, different disguises to start in, different weapons, and different things you can carry into any level as you plan for how you're going to take out a specific level. So you can like sneak an ICA gear that has like a lethal poison vial, and you just are like, okay, well, I've played this level enough that I've unlocked it in these different locations, so I want to place it there because I know I'll be here at this time with this disguise doing these things, and that will help me get through it. And then when you pull off like assassinations the way that you plan them, oh my god, like it is so satisfying. It is so satisfying. So maybe I'll just start off as in Paris. I'll start off with the first level of the first game that came out in 2016. Let's start with that. And I'll just do like a story mission for those of you out there who aren't familiar with Hitman and all the different types of things you can do. Let's be Helmut Kruger. Well, I'll read this to you, and we're going to play a cutscene. Then we'll head on in, and then you'll be all up to date on what's going on here. Let's just start back where this began, shall we? Mission, the showstopper. And by the way, all of these on the left-hand side, 1 of 3, 1 of 5, 1 of 5, 1 of 3. You can kind of think of those as kind of like Arkham Knight type of things. And you unlock different collectibles and all types of different things by completing these. So that's the same level, but outside of the structure of the story level mission, which is already ridiculously broad. So let's check out our briefing.
Good evening, 47. Your destination is the Paris Fashion Show by Sanguine, one of Europe's leading couture brands. Your targets are Sanguine owner Viktor Novikov, a former oligarch turned fashion mogul, and his partner Dalia Margolis, a retired supermodel, an iconic power couple on the global fashion scene, and two of the most dangerous people in the world. Novikov and Margolis are in fact the ringleaders of Iago, an enigmatic spy ring that deals in the global elite's most valuable secrets. Unscrupulous and opportunistic, Iago has caused disastrous security leaks all over the globe.
You guys have no idea how far this goes. This is 2016, keep that in mind.
Iago gave them access to the plant security network. And when the Delgado drug cartel shot down the plane of President Hernandez and his family, Iago provided the classified flight plans. Now Novikov and Margolis have obtained a knock list of British undercover agents, which they plan to sell at a secret Iago auction during the Sanguine show. So our client, MI6, need us to stop the ringleaders before the knock list ends up in the wrong hands. The Sanguine show will be swarming with security, and Viktor Novikov will be the focus of everyone's attention. But despite his posturing, he is merely the money man. The real target is Dalia Margolis. Beautiful and brilliant, she is a master manipulator and the true brains behind
unbelievable detailed lore in this game, and a cohesive vision from this very first mission in 2016 through what Hitman 3 delivers in 2021.
I will leave you to prepare.
I will leave you to prepare. Ladies and gentlemen, there is just nothing else like this. So I'm about to read their profiles to you. So if you really want to get into like the story and those types of things, and you enjoy experiencing it through, I don't want to say non-conventional means, because there are some cutscenes here and there, and quite a few. But the way you're sent off on missions, a lot of this also, especially DLC missions, and there are missions, and it all connects together. And again, you're learning a lot of this through the environment by starting in different places after levels have leveled up, themselves, as I mentioned before. You're learning new things, and so you'll hear things in like this first level that you'll see in Hitman 2 levels from a few years later. You'll see things in Hitman 3 that were referenced in Hitman 2. And yes, you will see things from Hitman 1 coming to fruition and playing out in Hitman 3. And the vision and moving through multiple different publishers, IOI, sticking to that vision, refusing, unlike Lords of Shadow 2 team. To be fair, they really had no chance. To be fair. But sticking to a vision no matter what the cause. The pinnacle of that is in Hitman 3. And playing through the entire Assassination trilogy, a World of Assassination trilogy through this game. As much as I love me some Metroid Dread, this might be my game of the year. Or maybe it'll be my favorite game of the year. We'll see. Stay tuned for that. Alright. So check out this planning phase. So here are my starting locations. I've unlocked most of them. I have not played this in a while. So Mastery Level 19 unlocks the ability to start undercover at the actual auction itself. Okay, let's take a look. So I can start at the red carpet. I can start undercover in... No. You see all the levels I've unlocked. What's really cool is you can smuggle items in. You can bring in a gear And some levels you can only do certain things, but these are all things I've unlocked by playing through different levels, leveling up my profile. You'll unlock all these types of things. I absolutely love this one. It's a, hold on one second. So containers, melee, tools, distractions, poisons, explosives. You make these levels and these experiences your own, and they play out organically as you move through a level. And you got, I've played this level probably 40 times. And I'm excited to show you guys a legitimate way through it that I've done before, but there are still challenges I have not done yet, let alone made my own. It's ridiculous. This game's been out since 2016, or this level rather. All right, so let's start with our. Again, these are things you can unlock. Let's start in our classic. Yeah, we can do the formal tuxedo, casual midnight black. Let's go with, this is a fashion show, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go in our tuxedo. Okay? What are we going to smuggle in? There's a top floor bathroom up there, and I know where that is. So I can look at these different, if you guys have followed Hitman over the years, you've got silver ballers, right? Look. We got a gold silver baller. This is from hours and hours of such satisfying gameplay. You unlock these things. We got our ICA, which is the agency we work for, 19 Chrome. Our gold baller, our silver baller, our short baller, our stealth, our black lily. I think if we're going to do something like that, let's sneak in some. So here we've got lethal poisons, we've got sedatives, we've got. Well, let's take a look here. A lethal poison vial, a vial of poison, contains a single dose of a lethal poison and will result in immediate death of the target. This can be administered via food or drink. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that you can also find poisons throughout the level. You'll start to understand where things like screwdrivers and crowbars and wrenches, which unlock different abilities to impact the environment. You can electrocute people. You can any number of things, especially in combination with whatever you decide to bring in. But what I'm going to do, I think, on this run is I'm going to pretend to be Mr. Reaper, which is kind of like the canon type of thing. So Agent 47's going in under an assumed name named Mr. Reaper. I'll show you guys how you can kind of figure out to get up there. You know, let's just play this. And by the way, just keep in mind, this is the starting point for what Hitman has to offer you. You do not play these levels once. It's so unique. I've never experienced anything like it outside of what Hitman on PS2 had to offer through Silent Assassins and Blood Money. And this is even better than that when you look at it through this lens. Let's do it. And ladies and gentlemen, I got my buzz on. It may not work out so well, but you know what? We're gonna see what goes on. Maybe we'll even play this level twice and show you how diverse and different it can be, because there are still, like I said, after 125 hours in the first freaking level of this series that came out in 2016, things I haven't done. I just don't even know what to say. Let's do this. Happy Friday night and almost Thanksgiving and the end of the of the year and Christmas and holidays and all that good stuff. Thanks for hanging out here with me on part 2 of Bauer's Arsenal stream. And by the way, if you have not checked out my content before, go check out my traditional content. I made some playlists, so you can go and click on different things. And I've only been around for about a little over a year now, so appreciate you being here tonight. Have a good night, and let's play some games. This looks like a fun game. It says RSJ fan, welcome back. I can't wait to show it to you guys. So what I'm going to do is bring this lethal poison vial in, and I'm going to use it because I know this guy likes a bare knuckle boxer, which is a specific drink. We'll show you guys. We'll show you guys. Let's do this. So I'm gonna smuggle that in. And by the way, I love, like, for instance, this pistol with the oil can silencer. I use this in, like, there's a level in Colombia. I'll bring this into Colombia. Like, the game is so perfect and so good for role playing. Eli says might pick this up for $20 on the PSN Black Friday event. Eli, thank you for being here. I made somebody else my mention of the night, but no, seriously, dude, you're my mention of the night as well. Thanks for being here, brother. I hope all's going well, dude. Cheers to you. And yeah, Hitman, dude. I just explained everything I'm about to try to do, and then we're gonna play the level a second time and do something totally different. I'm pumped, dude. This is the first level of the first game that came out in 2016, and Hitman 3 just came out this year, and is a total evolution on all the awesomeness found throughout the last couple of games. Let's do this. Thanks for being here, everyone. All right, so let's get that lethal poison valve up there. So I'm going to take out Margalia Dallas here first. Let's see, gear. So you can get frisked going where you need to go in this game. Certain places require you to be frisked. Let's bring our let's do a classic, man. Let's do a classic. We're gonna take her out with a fiber wire. How's that sound? There we go. So you also have these earbuds, excellent quality earphones featuring state-of-the-art audio output in a sturdy tactical mesh wire. One could garrote an elephant with these, a favorite amongst extreme sports enthusiasts. So yeah, like could I roll with my straight-up fiber wire? Sure I could. But I love the fact that I can use some IO Elite S2 VP earphones instead if I want to. I just like that. I like the options, you know. By the way, here's a blueberry muffin. It's a delicious homemade blueberry muffin. You can knock people down with it. You'll see in the game you can throw stuff at people because remember, you're a genetically engineered assassination monster, pretty much. And of course, you have your lethal and your non-lethal stuff. I love Napoleon Bonaparte. It's a remote explosive, and it's Napoleon. It's, you know, and you don't just place these in the environment, wait for someone to go look and blow them up. You can put them in different things. Like you can coax somebody, for instance, into having an interview. In fact, I'm going to use that on my next run. Let's just roll with that. I'm going to use that on my next run. All right, so we'll roll with here let's go with the fiber wire. We'll go classic, right? The fiber wire. A concealable garrote non-metallic wire. Yep. So I have a couple, yeah, let's do this one. So our concealed weapon is going to be, let's see. So this is one that gets through frisks and also is silenced. Okay, so I've unlocked this through hours of play, right? But you can get very small weapons that can get through frisks. If you have an illegal item, if you're like improvising throughout a level or whatever it is, there are parts of every level where you can like maybe drop something off in a wastebasket and get rid of quote unquote illegal items before you go through a frisk, depending on how you want to approach your targets and do, you know, what you need to do. It's just it's ridiculous the level of opportunity provided to you in any given level. So we'll roll in there with that and a coin. I kind of want to just do my classic 47 signature suit, a bespoke modern suit with white point collar shirt, single color burgundy tie. When I said this might be my game of the year, I meant it. So here you see on professional, you've got assassination is serious business. You plan, you execute, and you escape. And your handler is right there giving you the guidance you need to succeed. Unlimited saves. All story guides available. So that's kind of your framework for how you learn the level, right? The different ways you can assassinate people and stuff. But as you learn the level, you won't need those, right? But they're there, and you play through them, and you have fun. Cameras alert guards if illegal activity is spotted, so you got to keep your eyes out for cameras. It means a stealth assassination simulator, right? And you can run through the game guns blazing if you want, but that's not the way to do this, right? Combat is challenging but fair. Yeah, don't want to do casual. I do professional, and I've been playing a few levels recently on master, which is 1 save per mission, so you get 1 slot for a save. No mission story guides are available, which after you learn the levels and you understand, you've unlocked different starting points and you know what people are doing, and like every level in this game, oh god, it's so good. It's so good. It's so different than any other game that I have played in ages. The level of reward it gives you and the exploration is just such a different type of exploration. And ladies and gentlemen, let's finish this before we hop in. But I've been playing a little bit on master, and it's been great. It's been great. This game is just bloody eliminations, ruin disguises. Okay, I didn't even know that. So if you kill somebody, you're not silent about it. And that'll be my goal. You know what? I will not, my goal in this mission that I'm about to show you guys, I will not kill anybody but the targets. That'll be it. I'll kill the targets. I will not kill anybody else. But I love the fact that on master difficulty, if you do kill somebody, right, if stuff hits the fan, I probably shouldn't. Guys, I'm going to run to the bathroom and I'm going to grab a brewski before this run. So thank you for being here. Sit tight. It's almost midnight. Hey, it's a weekend. It's happening. Let's play some Hitman. I'll be right back. Havoc Slayer says, "Hey Bauer, hope you're doing well. Glad to see you back again." Thank you so much, Havoc Slayer. It's good to see you, man, as well. Yeah, man, it's been a while. It's been a while. Got a bit of content out here recently, and looking to hopefully get some Arsenal streams on top of that as well. So thanks for joining, man. I'm showing off a little bit of Hitman 3 tonight because, I mean, the fact that I guess technically this is Hitman, the first level of the original game in 2016 via Hitman 3, but the point remains. It is special, dude. It is special. For the Game Awards to put a game like Ratchet and Clank on their Game of the Year nominations, well, the fact that anybody takes them seriously kind of is a problem to me, but it's kind of just a general media problem, right? Well, IGN puts it up there, so millions of people are like, yeah, Game Awards, they get it. For the love of God. Like, my goodness. I mean, they nominated Cyberpunk 2077 in 2 categories, one being like best musical score, and I'm like, fair enough. Like, I can live with that. and best RPG experience. All right, well, there's a video coming on that hopefully by the end of this weekend, so look maybe Sunday night for that. I'm going to go off on that. We're about to play some Hitman 3 and let's see how it goes. RSJ fan, I hope that you enjoy this because this game is definitely special, worth your time, and I gotta tell you though, like it's a game that you have to work at and get better at, but it's one of the most rewarding games I've ever played. If you commit to it, ain't gonna be many other games out there on the market that are gonna reward you as much as Hitman. All right, like I said, before we start playing here, let's take a look at our objectives. We watched the showstopper, right? We watched this. So let's read about our two targets. Viktor Novikov, okay, which this is supplementing what we already saw in the cutscene, but I'll just read it to you. A self-made billionaire, Colonel, use the mine detector. Okay, I can't do the snake voice, guys. The whole thing. Anyway, a self-made billionaire, Viktor Novikov, prospered in the post-USSR boom of capitalism, making his early fortunes in real estate. When he took a nasty financial beating during the recession, Novikov turned to more creative sources of income: corporate espionage, extortion, insurance fraud, kidnapping, and arson. Anything to maintain his I can't say that word, especially now. Ostentatious way of life. There we go. And boom goes the dynamite. Then, 5 years ago, in a surprising turn of events, Novikov pulled the plug on all of his illegal operations. He purchased Sanguine, one of Europe's oldest and most prestigious couture brands, relocated to Paris, and went completely legit. At least so it would seem. We now believe that his, quote, Mr. Fashion persona was always just a front for a much more lucrative scheme devised by Novikov's girlfriend, legendary Israeli supermodel Dalia Margolis. Novikov is charismatic but arrogant and thuggish. Old habits die hard, proud and uncompromising. He's a man with a lot of self-confidence but little self-esteem. This is not someone you back into a corner. Still, we suspect that Dalia Margolis is the real power behind the throne. And here we got on Dalia Margolis. The right face at the right time. Dalia Margolis became one of the most iconic fashion models of the previous decade. Then, at the peak of her career, she wisely chose to retire and launch her own model agency. But the unofficial story is even more glamorous. During her heyday, Dalia, the daughter of a hawkish Israeli army general, by the way, keep that in mind because this type of stuff you'll see if you pay attention to the story, and even Hitmans that were released by IOI years later, and Hitman 3 and Hitman 2, all this stuff, like I said, that cohesive vision from the very beginning all the way through the end, despite the multiple publishers. Absolutely astounding. During her heyday, Dalia, the daughter of a hawkish Israeli army general, was in fact a spy for Mossad who understood how beauty and fame could open doors that guns and bombs could not. It was her intel that led to the Mongoose's arrest and the drone strike that killed Red Saber in Lebanon. Of course, we know that Margolis used her training to build something much more sinister, the Iago spy ring. Dalia Margolis is not only beautiful, she is charming, sophisticated, and extremely intelligent. Novikov may be the money man, but we suspect that Dalia is the brains behind Iago.
Welcome to Paris.
I did not want to start that on Master. I've never played that on Master. I'll do it on Professional. That's what I play most stuff on. Like I said, I'm now dabbling with Master, but that requires some legitimate stuff here. Victor Hoip. Hoip. Boomerang Hoip.
The show is just about
Eli.
this is the and the guest list is a veritable who's who of the global fashion elite. You will find Victor Novikov basking in the spotlight, while Dalia Margolis hosts the heavily
You guys will appreciate this.
tour for a group of Iago's top customers.
Hoip.
Now, event security will keep a watchful eye on any
Boomerang Hoip.
trust your
I would really prefer if you would be quiet. So right off the bat here, by the way, full 360 control of the character, of the camera rather. I mean, like the level of, as I walk into a tree, the level of immersion is unbelievable. So you can sit here and listen to this reporter and this videographer like explain part of the lore and stuff, or you can do stuff like this.
A house usually associated more with content. Cut!
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Real considerate. Am I staying out of my shot? Don't leave that guy.
So here's what's really cool about this game, right? And when I first discovered this, again, remember, guys, this is like a board. This was 5 years ago, going on 6. If I wanted to hurry them up off of the current path that they were on and get them over to a certain side to carry out a certain type of assassination or approach that I wanted, I would just do this.
Hosting the Sanguine Fall Fashion Show. What the hell is wrong with you? Go away!
Come on. Don't encourage this asshole. Hey, listen. Go for a break. Go back.
And yet, if you stand there and listen, you'll hear information you might not hear otherwise if you start somewhere else on the map or if you do different things. You're always learning new things, but seeing the interconnectivity between this game, almost 6 years ago, as I mentioned, and what Hitman 3 has to offer, which is evolutions on this franchise and the formula that carries out, it's special. So you have kind of like a Batman Arkham Asylum. You can at any time. So those are your two targets. You see them. You can kind of see where they are at any time. And you can see different levels of people, right? So I've got this invitation to be there. And I know, because I've played this level and I understand it, I know where certain things are. You start to learn these levels. Here's where a screwdriver is. Here's where rat poison is, which I can use to poison a wide variety of different things. Here's where whatever is. As you kind of learn the layouts and the placement of items and different things throughout the level, you will start to understand how you can start to carry out these intricate, incredibly diverse ways of assassination and open up different opportunities and even access different parts of the map that you otherwise wouldn't be able to access and hear different things about. It's just on another level. It's on another level. So there's one of my targets, Victor Novikov. You can see you can bring that chandelier down,
That is Victor
and you can kill him right there if you want to, if you know what you're doing.
leader of Iago. Quite the resume.
A pleasure as always. But make sure to join Dahlia and I for a drink later. There's someone we would like you to meet. Now, hold on. He's what? If you'll excuse me, Congressman. Urgent matter. Do enjoy your evening. How you doing?
So you'll see these guards, for instance, over here standing in areas that say restricted. As you play throughout this game, you'll start to understand what areas you will need certain disguises for, or areas that you can't really be seen getting into or whatever. You'll be, quote, trespassing. So if somebody sees you, a certain meter above their head will fill until they are like suspicious and come over to talk to you. If you don't have, like I said, the right disguise and you're trespassing. And if you leave, sometimes they're like, oh, that's fine, sir. Like, yeah, you can't come back here, dick. Whatever it might be. But you start to kind of learn all these different things and all these inner working mechanics of kind of how these levels are built and the opportunities they afford to you. And despite playing this 40 or more times now, the fact that I still have challenges that I put in there, let alone all the ideas I've had as I've played through these of like what I would do if I was creating this and who I would want to assassinate, and how, like, for contracts mode, it's nuts, man. It's so good. So watch when I try to go in over here. Watch this. See access right there?
Nice looking suit, sir, but this area is restricted. Sorry.
That area is restricted. Fair enough. And by the way, you can run. You can do whatever. So this is at a fashion show. And I can't wait to show you guys my second run through this because I'm going to blow your mind. So you see I'm blending in with the crowd there. You'll see that there are certain quote-unquote enforcers. They have little circles over the head who will recognize you whether you're in a disguise or not. So here you'll see it'll say mission story is revealing. And if you're playing the game with mission stories on, it gives you an idea of the different ways you can attack these objectives and get close to these targets. It's just like a general framework to get you to understand essentially what level, the wide range of opportunities that are available to you. But again, sometimes you learn things about the story that only certain quote unquote mission stories will reveal. When you're playing on higher difficulties, they turn them off. But if you know the level and you understand them, you can follow them without the tutorial kind of like messages, like putting them up there and all that kind of stuff. But I'll show you what they offer to you here real quick.
I know I look fine, but he's like a...
This is what I'm going to do on my next run, guys. I'm going to dress up as Helmut Kruger, and we'll show you what you can actually walk the catwalk. It's lunacy. So follow mission story guide at the top left of my screen. We're going to press our touch button.
Helmut Kruger is friendly with Dahlia.
And your handler will talk to you.
I suspect that Iago uses fashion models to control the lives of the rich and powerful, and Kruger is likely one of their spies. His face paint conveniently obscures his features, and the two of you already share a striking resemblance.
That's one of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's still 2 I haven't done. 8 story missions. Or mission stories, rather. But yeah, look here. I've only got 18 of 29 assigned assassination ones. Assassinate a target with a chandelier while disguised as the vampire magician. That'll give me plus 2,000 experience points for my profile. Push Dahlia Margolis onto Victor Novikov. Kill them both. And kill the one target with her bot. Like, I don't even know how to set that up, but the fact that there's a way to do that, depending on what you manipulate in the environment and what you do and how you approach things, that fascinates me. So that to me is almost like a puzzle. How do I get that to happen? And then I get my 4,000 XP to get the rewards. And yeah, you could look online if you want, but we're not going to do that. In plain sight, trigger the fireworks display. Assassinate Dahlia Margolis and Victor Novikov with a sniper rifle within 10 seconds of each other. Oh yeah, and don't get spotted. That is literally the definition of Hitman, am I right? Harbo, what is going on, my man? Thank you for joining here tonight. I've had 2 streams. Stopped the first one briefly, and then I came back to this one. It is good to see you, man. Thank you for being here. Showcasing a little bit of Hitman 3. We're going to run through this mission twice, and then I'm going to shut down for the evening. I got to stop yapping, because otherwise the sun will be coming up, and I'll be like, man, I got to be up with my girls in 2 hours. So, yeah, got to get to it. But just showcasing kind of like the diversity here that we've got. All these different things. It's just crazy. And that's just the assassination category. You've got your discovery category. This is redacted. It's called Bull in a China Shop. It'll give me 1,000 rewards. I don't know what to do. I assume I have to shoot that base or destroy it somehow. I haven't even, man, find and equip all disguises in Paris. The fact that I'm missing 4, I'm like, how? 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 This is 1 level. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 1 level. But eliminate Sebastian Sato. hide the body without getting spotted 1,000. I don't even know who Sebastian Sato is.
I saw you blush earlier when you put on.
But all that from the mission story there. So let's go ahead. I know where to go. Because I know the level, I've played it enough. So if you're dressed like a butler, you could blend in as palace staff there if you wanted. But because I know what's up and I've planned, I know that Diana has placed an Iago invitation for me over here. And as long as I do not have, so you see that this is an illegal item, but you also see in the green little tag next to it, because this is the consumable. I consumed this. No, it says not detected during a frisk. Yeah, you unlock that by leveling up your profile, playing different levels, getting different things for, doing these challenges, all that stuff. So I know I can get through frisks with this. We're gonna take out Diana Margolis as Mr. Reaper. This is gonna be good, guys. I'm so excited. And then we're gonna poison Viktor Novikov with his bare knuckle boxer. I'm excited about this. By the way, you can overflow the sink here to bring somebody in. There are bins and closets and stuff that you can put people in. So let's say you had something you were going to get frisked and you need to conceal something. I could put something in the trash can here. I mean, again, the way that these are placed throughout the level dictates the amount. I mean, just the amount of options that you have in this game is ridiculous. But I love that I'm going to take her out as like straight up 47 wearing his old school Agent 47 suit, doing his thing. And the freeform camera control, by the way, is just... See, like I said, you can sit here and listen to them and follow that story mission and do whatever, learn more about the world and how things are connected, but... See the little circle over that guy's head over there? That means if he sees me, he'll know who I am. I might be dressed up as a bartender, and there might be certain waiters or whatever, or bartenders throughout the level that would recognize me and others that won't. So you have to kind of understand where those quote-unquote enforcers are throughout the level, depending on how you want to approach things. And it's just special. This game is special. Keep in mind that you're watching a 2016 first level game being presented through Hitman 3.
Do you have an invitation, sir?
And that's the invitation, of course, you picked up in the bathroom that Diana had placed for us. Anytime you can bring up this. And just like Silent Assassins, man, or you can use your map to kind of walk around and... So like I said right there, you saw a little trespassing pop up in the bottom right because I went past their little line there. But there are windows up here. You can climb on pipes. There are so many different ways to approach any given mission. It's staggering. I can't possibly show it to you guys at any period of time. But like I said, 125 hours into the game and I feel like I've seen nothing. I'm just scratching the surface. See, there's an open window right there. How would I get these guys out of there? I could pull a fire alarm. There's so many different things we can do. Get frisked. So we planned for this with that pistol, right, that gets through frisks.
Green light. Go ahead, sir.
Plus 10 XP. So as you go throughout the level and you do different things, you're constantly getting XP. Even if you played the level a million times before. That's why I'm level 166, because I put the time and effort into the game, but I'm always being rewarded for it. And despite the fact that I've been playing this level for almost 6 years, there's still things that IOI has put in there that I haven't done yet. Because I've been so busy just being like I want to create my own level and my own contracts and all that kind of stuff. It's just, and this is one level of dozens. If you have the whole World of Assassination trilogy in here, and then like just those levels, let alone like all the escalation contracts that come with them and all the things you can unlock by playing them. So like, and the seasonal content that's free, and then you can do the DLC as well if you're like as into this series and into this genre as I am, which is admittedly a bit niche, But if it hits your gamer complex, it's over. Like, I mean, the level of value for this content is on just another plane entirely. So we're heading up here completely undetected under the alias Mr. Reaper, as we found out before the mission. And I could run up here if I want to and just like sprint through things, but I like to kind of like take things in and just enjoy it, you know? You hold down L2, that'll zoom in a little bit, and then of course even then you still have freeform control to look at what's going on, and that leads to so many cinematic moments. Even if you carry out the same type of assassination time in and time out on a level, just being able to have full control of the camera like diversifies that if you ever get to that point, you know? So you can see here there are chandeliers I could drop. How would I don't know. This guy, by the way, the Sheik. Okay, for those of you who have seen the Mission Impossible series, the first Mission Impossible, if you guys remember, Ethan Hawke is looking like they're going to try to prevent the sale of a knock list. I am absolutely convinced that this is kind of like a call out to that, even though that's never been explicitly stated. The people that are here in this auction above this fashion show for this like intelligence agency and independent contractor and freelancer that does the kind of stuff, it feels like a call out to like a Mission Impossible type of thing. There, you can sit here and listen to the guy at the podium for ages, just saying like, okay, now we got like this is going to be a list of agents that are in Lebanon that are carrying out these things and doing these things and doing that. Oh, this is for a list of a software developers at this corporation, which then later on in the Hitman series, you're like, you come back and you play this and you're like, it's so interconnected and so well thought out and executed. It'll just blow your mind. But let's blend in here a little bit and talk to one of our targets. Blend in as 47, Mr. Reaper.
That is Dalia Margolis, supermodel turned spy master.
And by the way, just getting close to her in this level can be done. Like I said, like when I first realized I could do this, I was just like, just walking into the lion's den, doing my thing. But the whole game is based on being in the lion's den. Man, just gotta experience it. Sorry.
Good evening. I don't believe we've had the pleasure, Mr.
Reaper. Tobias Reaper. I'm a friend of Victor.
I see. I wish I had been informed. Well, no matter. Do enjoy the auction, Mr. Reaper. I will see you later.
Looking forward to it.
So there's an attic up here. If I try to go in through this door over here, he'll stop me for obvious reasons. I can go out here. There's actually an outside bar over here, and you can crawl in and out and do a bunch of different things. You can get up here in a number of different ways. You can pretend to be the bartender and poison her drink, make her run in the bathroom, drown her in the toilet, poison her straight up. Whatever you want to do, number of different things, right? So if I go up to this cup, I can just say poison. But I want to get into the attic over here. And there's a way through here. Line of sight is everything in this game. So if you go over here, right? Oh, and by the way, at any time, save. You guys, these are all the auto save slots. The entire game is built around experimentation and giving the player the ability to try different things without unnecessarily paralyzing them. So here's what happens. You have your own manual save slots. You can see I've got multiple saves at different points in different missions and different levels. And then they have autosave slots. And those autosave slots will save your place every once in a while when you're playing on this difficulty level. And then you can, like, that's kind of like your failsafe, but then you have all of your manual slots. So I'm going to leave this one here, Death in the Family, because I'm on a suit, Silent Assassin suit only run in Dartmoor Manor from Hitman 3, which I've never tried before, but I think I know the level well enough to go through and at least attempt that. So that was my start on that. I'm going to leave that there for now, and then I'm going to oversave this next one here, and then it's saving. You're good to go. So you see on my map here, see the little green thing on my little mini map in the bottom right? Actually, let me just bring up... So at any time, this, you can bring up, the profiles for your targets, where the map is. So right here, this little green, that's where my smuggled item is. So one of the ICA contacts or moles, whatever, place an item up there, and again, you can unlock the different places you can place these items that you plan out your assassinations and all that good stuff. We can see it's right there on my map. It's in that bathroom on the upstairs floor. It's actually in Dahlia Margolis's bathroom, so we'll get there. You got your intel, so as you go throughout a level, so the Iago invitation says an invitation to the Iago auction. Very useful. FYI, I took the liberty to hack their servers and get you a cover identity, and this is classic to Agent 47. He's used this alias for years. You are Tobias Reaper, corporate shark specializing in hostile takeovers. Margolis will assume that you're a guest of Novikov, so you should have time to complete the mission. So as you pick things up throughout these levels, which I've already talked about how eminently upgradable and interactive and opportunity opening they are, you're also picking different things up and identifying documents and all types of different things throughout the level, which will unlock items in your intel section for any given level. Harbor 11 says, I don't want to bother you, but I know you appreciate feedback. Your mic is a little loud. Not sure if anyone has mentioned. No, man, nobody has mentioned. I appreciate you saying that. Let me turn this down a little bit. Tell me how that is, man. Let me know if that's a little bit better. Hopefully that's a little bit better. So I'm going to get into this attic. So the butler's not looking over there. Let's get in there. So you see at bottom left on my screen, it says trespassing. So I'm above the fashion show right now. They're walking down on that catwalk. So here are two enemies. So I'm going to save right here. Here are two enemies that will understand, and they will see me if they know me. So you can hide up on the corner there. Any number of things you can do here, right? I can throw a coin. Let's throw a coin right here, okay? We got a bin behind us, I believe. There's a bin somewhere here we can hide bodies. So I'm going to actually pick that coin up here so he doesn't come over and pick it up and put it in his pocket, which, by the way, he would do. Let's bring him in over here. And we're going to get some XP. Silent takedown, plus 25 XP. Here's a bin back here. And remember, your line of sight is everything, so you can use that instinct to see this dude's over here. You can use your mini map in the bottom left. At the end of the day, we're good to go. Let's dump him. So now he's stored. He's gone. Let's pick up that screwdriver. So by the way, I gotta emphasize this. Figuring out where screwdrivers, wrenches, and crowbars are is often crucial to any given level. In a lot of other games, right, just in general, like you'd be like, oh, those are just normal everyday items. But they set up so many different things, and Agent 47 can also apparently shove a whole lot of stuff into his bottom, because you can pick up as many number of different things as you want. So every screwdriver you come across, crowbar, whatever, just pick them up. That's one of the things where you have to suspend your disbelief a little bit, where this is a video game where it's such a good assassination simulator, but you can pick up all these different things. I like to knock people out with fruit just to embarrass them. So be behind a corner and I'll hit them in the face with fruit, and then I'll just like casually walk up to them and just punch them in the face and knock them out. But I'll have like thrown an apricot at them, or a blueberry muffin, or a banana. So if you ever see memes, and I'm sure many of you have memes out there with Agent 47 with a banana, that's kind of what they're referring to. But it's so satisfying and fun. All right, well, I accidentally had the screwdriver equipped and I just destroyed him. So much for the, well, I could reload. So listen, guys, I could reload, okay? I could reload this here. Again, the game is meant to be, like they intentionally built it around reloading. But I'm not going to do that. I accidentally killed a dude. I'm just going to have to live with it. That'll affect my score, but your score after you beat it, beat a level with like a high score or whatever, like when you're going for a high score run, that's one thing. But like the game is meant to be played with even 0 stars or 1 stars. If you want to kill everybody and just like keep it, like whatever you want to do, the game is open to you. I'm gonna reload. I should, but I do want to. I do. I feel so bad. I didn't want to kill that guy. I just want to take him out. So yeah, you want to put your weapons and your items away whenever you can. Yeah, Harbo, how's that, by the way, man? Is that a little bit better, you think? So here's a bust. So he's smoking a square over there, right? So you can zoom in. You put the bust away. You zoom in. So again, line of sight is everything. So you can be as close to people or as close to the enemy as possible, and it's... that was terrible. So what's nice about this, there we go. What's nice about this is that right there, so you'll see the combat will go away and the trespassing. So now you got unconscious witnesses, right? And I'm going to reload this and show you guys then, like, I'll take this out, but I just want to kind of show you when things go wrong, you can still gain experience for recovering from it. So watch me get experience here. Body hidden. So that took away from the top left, an unconscious witness. Because this guy never saw me. That's a level of detail that needs to be commended. This guy never saw me. The other guy did, but I knocked him out and I just hit him, so that takes the penalty away completely. The game is so flexible. It's just awesome. It's just so awesome. So let's reload up here again. I might even just run through this attic and just not get spotted. Because I've moved through it a few times before in the past. And so we're going to go take out Dahlia Margolis here now. And we'll go from there. So you guys are probably thinking, how are you going to sneak past him? Oh, wait. I'm just going to wait for them to go around from the window, and I'm going to go into a private bathroom through the balcony. Oh, and there she is. Oh, but she's got a person with her, right? So a lot of times targets will have people with them, right? Or on your way to a target, you might have multiple patrols or different people that, and again, like as you study the level and you start to understand the different mechanics at play and those types of things and how you can manipulate the environment, you can draw people away and get the target isolated. So I'm about to get Dahlia Margolis with a fiber wire. And I'm only going to kill her. But her friend's got something coming here too. Let's save. So if you're playing this for the first time, you're like, oh, I've done so well. Got all these slots to save, and maybe you can just simply save there if you want. Let's turn on the radio. Get that guard out of there. By the way, if you go underneath this guard, there are parts in the game where a guard is at a mirror, and if you just like casually walk up behind him or whatever, and he'll see you in the mirror, and he'll turn around, and you'll get spotted. It's really a nice piece of detail. So you want to wait for this door to close. You want to wait for him to turn that off. I did not wait for him to turn it off, but if you wait for them to turn it off, then you'll be good. So we got our silent take down there, plus 25 XP. I can't wait to show you guys in the next run how different this run can be. So that's her escort right there. Oh, they're both coming in here. Let's hit him with the bust here. So I hit him with the bust. I got my fiber wire out. What's nice about the fiber wire is when you take a person out with the fiber wire, you can just like immediately go into like dragging them somewhere. So if you subdue someone, as you guys have seen earlier, like it takes time to bring them down. But with your fiber wire, you're good to go. So this is her personal quarters. Different times and different parts of the level, you may have different people here and different events playing out. So her body's hidden. So Dahlia Margolis, ladies and gentlemen, is down. And this guy's still alive. I just destroyed him with a statue bust. I'm going to put him in here. He'll wake up somewhere down the line and be fine. We don't need to kill him. But of course, if you wanted to, you absolutely could. So I'm actually going to take this fuselage G2 and I'm just going to simply drop it right here where nobody can see it. Let's go ahead and save our game. So now we're going to go kill Viktor Novikov by poisoning his drink with our... Oh, that's right. What do we do, ladies and gentlemen, when we plan this mission? Oh, yeah, we put a lethal poison pill box, or pill bar, right? So, pill jar, in the location that we have unlocked, which comes from unlocking the level or leveling up the level. And where is that upper floor bathroom, by the way? Oh, is that right, Agent 47 and I see that just happens to be right over here. Let's pick up that lethal poison vial, shall we? So now we've got consume poison lethal. Let's get over. Get up. There we go. So we're trespassing, and by the way, there's plenty of lore and documents to be found in this very gigantic attic, but that's okay. What's up, Butler? We're going to head downstairs. You know what we're going to do? We're going to find the recipe for Viktor Novikov's favorite alcoholic drink. And by the way, coming back, you don't have to get frisked on your way out. They already frisked you on the way up. If I'm going to go out that window and crawl through the pipes or down the pipes or whatever, you can do that too. As we'll see on the second run here, this game is just the level of opportunity it offers you. By the way, I've changed no disguises. I'm just wearing my traditional suit, showed them my invitation, set things up, and went from there. Hi, buddy. Can't go that way. So, do I have a lockpick? I don't think I do. Oh, I don't need to. Woo! That's intense. It's not expecting that. Agent 47's just doing his thing, man. He's just doing his thing. You look at your map in the bottom left to guide you. Like I said, when you learn these levels, man, you can just, it is just, and you look at the detail on his face as he's walking. I mean, it's just, it's so good. It puts you in this world of assassination so brilliantly. And yeah, you can take that fire extinguisher off the wall. Why not? Right? So here's a place I could put bodies if I needed to or wanted to. There's people over there.
What do they know?
What's wrong with her?
Everything's fine.
You know what? Here's a disguise for palace staff. Sounds pretty good to me. What do you think? You know, palace staff? Yeah, there's a disguise sitting there. But of course, you can get these disguises off the enemies that you take down, assuming they're male. You can't take them from females, but you can take them from males. Important distinguishing factor there. But you can also find disguises in different areas, and it always makes sense. Here's a changing area you can hear. If you guys have ever watched Downton Abbey, you'll hear like drama in this area kind of play out similarly, where people are talking about how they're treated and what they're doing and all that kind of stuff. But I'm just here for a disguise, man, because I need to figure out what Viktor Novikov's favorite drink is, which is or the recipe for his bare knuckle boxer, and then I got to use those lethal poisons pills that I specifically put in, or had my informant put in the or the mole, whatever, in Dahlia Margolis's bathroom to take him down. So let's do that here. So you'll see now that there are two people, the little white dots over their head. Before, she would know who I was, right? The one sitting there, but because I've changed uniforms, only certain members can. Here's a crowbar, which, like I said before, you find a crowbar, you find a screwdriver, you find a wrench, and it opens up so many opportunities for you. You always are looking for those three items in Hitman. As you play through, you'll understand why. But it just so happens, since I know, I think it's in the next room over. So you can roll through here. You know, you can pretend to be this guy. You can poison that glass. Certain NPCs will come here under certain conditions and drink from that glass. Like just learning the levels is just awesome. All right, I know what I'm doing now. You can be a chef's assistant, by the way, which I love. So if you wanted to like be more violent with the way you take out your targets, you can just go over here, and since you're dressed as a palace staff, you can just take this knife and then you just pocket it. Like I said before, you can hold multiple things. You don't have to really worry about it too much. Certain things you can't pocket, like a fire extinguisher, right? Oh, here's a wrench. Sweet. So I'll remember next time, hey, here's a wrench where I can use to unlock these different opportunities or the way to kill certain things or set up certain things in the environment. Oh, at least I know there's a wrench downstairs in the kitchen area next to whatever. Like, it's just so rewarding to learn these things. But here's what I'm looking for. Examine cocktail recipe. View intel. Cocktail recipe. The recipe for a bare knuckle boxer. According to margin notes, this is Viktor Novikov's favorite cocktail. That sounds like a plan to me. So now that we have seen that, we can go upstairs and we can make his drink. And what are we going to put in that drink? Oh. That's right. And, oh, by the way, nobody is going to take notice that I'm putting something in his drink because I'm a bartender, so it would make sense that I would be putting things in his drink. If you try to do that as a normal, regular person, everybody around there would be like, what are you doing? Are you trying to date rape somebody? You know? So we got a little white circle over that. So just the level of detail that has gone into this game. I mean, you guys can't really tell on this side, but the lighting and the graphical prowess is just beautiful. There's another crowbar. So now we got 2 crowbars. Oh, and by the way, you got enforcers here. See how that white circle turned around or turned into a hollow one? If you blend in, an enforcer that would normally see you, you'd be able to get past them. See how it returned to the regular white circle? Let's head upstairs, gents. See that autosave, right? Well, you don't. It's under my head. It just autosaved. And by the way, you can, of course, do like your little vault thing and just hop up there if you want to do that. And so I'm blending into the crowd so this enforcer can't see me as he walks out. See the little circle on the ground there? So now, again, it's all line of sight, so I can just casually walk through here. And you can listen to people talk about Viktor Novikov until the cows come home. You can learn about the level and the different organizations and different story missions are there. It's really, really, really cool. But here's a, tend the bar as the waiter. So let's go ahead and do that. See, did you see that enforcer was seeing me, ladies and gentlemen? You see that little yellow going in there. So now I'm just kind of standing here as the bartender until that enforcer walks away. Watch him walk away. See? Walk over there. Oh, here's a kitchen knife. I'll just pick that up. Number 2, you know. Oh, by the way, if I want to take this guy out and pull him back here and take his disguise under another given run. Oh man, I forgot to switch it. Sorry. Under another given run, I could do that. There's a guy here. Yep. Well, that's fine. You can, of course, look at that mini map in the bottom left, see that nobody in here will know you, right? Oh, poison sushi plate. Turns out that that's a way that you can get the guard off Viktor Novikov. Let's pick up a 3rd kitchen knife. But there is, here's emetic rat poison. Oh, so I'll just pick up rat poison here, or an emetic, which you can also bring into the level if you want. And I will see her go over there and him go back to cooking that sushi on the right-hand side. Let's put some poison in this sushi because I know from playing this level, right, that Viktor Novikov's bodyguard will eat a sushi before he walks in after him. So while they're not looking, let's go ahead and poison this sushi. Okay, that was awfully close. Very, very close. And there are areas here where you can conceal things if you need to or if you want to. There's a guy out here by the bathroom checking his phone, doing his thing. Let's save it here. And you can go into this bathroom over here. And you can bring him in and get his uniform that way. Oh man, it's gonna take a minute. Crap. So I waited too long to do this, and now he's gonna go out and make a speech with this guy. So you'll see in the top left of the screen multiple times it says mission story missed, mission story missed. There are different things in different times that you can do. I forget where Victor goes here.
Really too kind. I have been told that these are the bright colors and the classic classical cuts fool you. The themes I'm exploring here are perhaps my darkest yet.
So you can take this guy out, this Sato guy, and Viktor Novikov will be out on his own, and he'll give a different speech. And if you're up top there and you have a wrench, you can actually unhook the lighting rig and bring it down on Viktor Novikov's head and kill him. I've only done it when this guy's been on stage, but I know there's a way to do it with just Viktor Novikov on stage, which is really cool. So you can just bask and season and simmer in the environments that this game offers, and it's so satisfying. It really, really, really is. It's almost 1 o'clock my time, guys. So I'll tell you how I was going to carry out the second mission, then I'll carry out. I might be playing Hitman 3 on this channel for an hour and a half, 2 hours every week. We'll see. I might just throw that in there because I love this game that much. But so because I have this uniform, I can go back here and see what he does afterwards and what he talks about. Oh, what do you know? Here's a thing over here. Examine. You know what, guys? The ultimate assassin, you know what he does? He makes it look like an accident. So I can... well, let's see. Where's he going? Oh, he's going to go out and talk to Helmut Kruger. That's right. Oh, I forgot that he does that after that speech. I haven't done that in ages. That's our target. We're just going to stalk him. Again, guys, we're role-playing a little bit here. And then once you learn the levels, like I said, you'll start to be able to do speedier runs and use different starting points and smuggled items as options. So I'm just going to go over here and creepily... So if I had taken that guard out before, guys, if I had taken this guard out with that sushi early enough and he'd be gone by now, I could have taken him out, whatever. I could have dropped this chandelier right on Viktor Novikov's head. See that chandelier above him? See that chandelier right there? I could have dropped that right above his head, and this guy wouldn't have been there.
I won't forget, sir. Will do.
All right, let's see where he goes. You can get her to do something earlier in the level too, which is pretty sweet. So let's see if he complains about the food. If he does, I'll know what to do. So remember, yep, here he comes. I know his guard will eat this sushi. Check this out.
I had them airlifted in from Lestrade in London, for God's sake. The least you idiots can do is serve the damn things. Yes, sir, Mr. Novikov. Right away.
Guys, some of these levels seriously get so unbelievably intricate, and the I cannot emphasize enough. Like, you could play this level 50 times. I probably play this over 40, and every experience be totally different. And you're constantly unlocking experience and rewards for your profile and different things you can bring in as you plan missions, and it's so good. And the peak is with Hitman 3, and playing the entire trilogy through Hitman 3 is nothing short of stellar. And the Hitman 3 levels are all amongst the best levels in the game. Some people argue on the last one, unless you played through it out. I don't want to ruin any of that, but there's a reason for that. But it bodes very well and is kind of a really good example of what they could be doing, really all of Hitman 3, with IOI's next project, which is in James Bond-based game. And this kind of showcases where they could maybe go with that, which is just freaking awesome.
I don't feel so good. I don't feel good at all.
See that? See the guard get sick? He's going to go in the bathroom over here.
This is disgusting.
So now Viktor Novikov. Watch this, guys. It's 10 in the bar. Here he comes.
You look like you know what you're doing.
Mixed bare knuckle boxer. I got to emphasize this, guys. You got to look at that recipe and have it as intel in order to unlock this opportunity. One of many, to say the least. Not to mention the ones you can create yourself in the contracts mode. But that's another story for another time. Let's mix that bare knuckle boxer, and let's put those lethal poison pills in there that we snuck into Diane Margulis's bathroom after we had him there to pick up after we garroted her. Because we thought about this level and how we know how it works, and we could do a certain run in it, right? But the game also plays so well to just organically playing out when you know nothing. It's unreal. Oh, one other thing, too. If you are watching him and there's another bartender here, if you're not dressed as a bartender and get him to go away or whatever, you'll hear him like chastise the bartender in multiple different ways. It's not like every time he comes through on this route or whatever, he ends up at this bar, he says the same thing. It's always different things, or it seems like different things where he's just like they're like, we're so sorry, we don't know the recipe. And he's like, frickin' amateurs. You know what I mean? Like, frickin' amateurs. And he kind of like loses his mind over it. So just the sheer level of, this game's so good. It's all so interconnected. And now we're gonna poison it, because again, he's looking the other way, and also we're the bartender, and no one's gonna think twice about it. Right? There's that lethal poison vial that we smuggled in. Let's do this.
Both targets are down. Great work. Now head towards an exit.
I mean, I've done this before, guys. It's still so satisfying. It's so unbelievably satisfying.
You gotta be kidding me.
So there's that sick guard just coming out of the bathroom now, so that's kind of perfect timing. So many different exits we can take. You see ones that have lock signs on them, like right there. So there's actually a pier. Guys, I honestly, I cannot emphasize this enough. There are so many different aspects and so many different ways to complete and end missions. So there's like a pier over there that opens up its own missions, all types of things. I literally, the last time I played this level, and I played it for a couple years, on and off, right? But there was like an entire part of this level that I didn't even know existed. And then I found like a speedboat key in a certain office in the upstairs, and then that unlocked, and I could like leave the level via the speedboat, which got me experience points and just like a really stylish, cool looking way to end the level. And there are multiple other ways as well to do that. The game is just off the hook. And by the way, that looks like an accident, so no one's looking for me actively, and sometimes people will. You'll see maybe searching there, but Agent 47, man, just kind of doing his thing. Casually killing 2 targets and just walking away. I mean, and by the way, like the graphical, like I said, the graphical capability of this is just awesome. I'm just going to steal the helicopter, guys. So here we go in here. They're all of their trespassing. All of their backs are turned. I'm just going to simply walk up behind him and take the damn helicopter. Because why not? Right? Why not? Now, I probably won't get any experience because I'm almost full mastery level here. I'd be shocked if I got anything. But, see, going through all the... Yep. So all the ones that are in gray are the ones I haven't even done yet. Guys, this level came out in 2016, as I mentioned before. Look at how many things I still haven't done. And just that level. It's lunacy. So we got a 5-star rating there, 157,000. And by the way, this gets super addictive. Guys, this just gets ridiculously addictive. So I'm still getting experience points, by the way, for everything I got there. You can look at your detailed score breakdown. You can see I'm in like the third over bar there. 27 minutes, 58 seconds, which timing doesn't really play a whole role in here. If you're going for score, you're looking for like, don't kill anybody, only take out your targets, that kind of thing. But if you've already done all this before and you want to like be like a cold-blooded assassin, then this game caters very well to that as well. Even though you won't get the highest, this is log, whatever your highest is for good. And, if you want to use lethal weapons and just be a badass, you can totally do that too. The game's all about role-playing and just assassinating, and it's just a sandbox environment. It's so well executed. I wish I had time to do the same mission a second time and just kind of run through how different it can be. But I just realized it's like 1 o'clock about 10 minutes ago, so I probably shouldn't do that. But there will be a video coming on Hitman 3 here very soon. Probably be the first video of a number of them that I cover as Game of the Year watch, and then maybe in early January we'll name what the Game of the Year actually is. Well, what's cool about the leaderboards here, so you can like compare yourself to friends, and I always do this. If I see somebody has had a higher score than me, then I'm like, no, I gotta be on the top. It's addictive. It's fun. You can replan a mission. You can do whatever, but look at. So again, that doesn't even cover any of the escalation contracts, which are unique spins on these levels that escalate. Okay, do this on the first one, and the second one they add more constraints, and the third one they do more constraints, and up to 5 they do more constraints. And then when you do them all, and you can't save during them, so you have to like just learn the level and make the runs, or start over. Then you unlock special things and different cosmetics and all types of things. It's just awesome. So here are the campaigns, right? Here's the first Hitman 2016. Here's Hitman 2, and then here's Hitman 3, which came out this year, and then the side missions, which are all the DLCs. But if you just go to destinations, right? ICA facility, the first training mission, 14% total completion just for the IOI stuff, let alone the community. Paris, 46%. Sapienza, guys, I got to show you that one. That one's something else. Not tonight, but soon. Marrakesh, right? And they all have their own stories and they all have their own things. So here, look, I haven't even done an escalation on this one. So much content. So satisfying. Colorado, Bangkok, Hokkaido, and Japan, which is one of the best ever. Hawke's Bay, this is Hitman 2 now. Hawke's Bay, Miami, which is massive. And the level of diversity in that is just ridiculous. Santa Fortuna in the heart of Colombia and a drug cartel. Unbelievable. You can disguise yourself as a tattoo artist and kill the guy while giving him a tattoo. So many different things. Mumbai, India. Whittleton Creek. The Isle of Seagal. And then these are DLC levels. New York and Haven Island for Hitman 2. And this is Hitman 3. Dubai. Dartmoor, which has like an hour and a half minimum long murder mystery you kind of have to solve yourself. So well done. And remember, as we kind of go through these destinations, they're enhanced by the additions that have been made in Hitman 3 and also simply playable through Hitman 3. Berlin, Shonquin, Mendoza, and then the Carpathian Mountains. The amount of content in here. Let's see if this will show yet. Let's see if we can actually get this to show. Let's see. Profile. Games. Can't load. And again, this is PlayStation for you, man. Can't load. Try again. I'm trying to show you guys the amount of hours I put into this game. But we'll check it out another time, I guess. It's all good. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's a very, 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 very brief look at Hitman 3. Doesn't even come close to showcasing what the game is capable of. And why I love it to the way I, to the level that I do. But I will talk about it in a video upcoming, so stay tuned for that. Thank each and every one of you for hanging out with me. We had a great session in Halo earlier tonight for hours, and then I thought I was shutting down for the night, and then I realized, hey, not the case. We're going to play some Hitman 3. I'm going to start talking about Game of the Year watch because we're halfway through November and we need to start having that conversation now, especially at the rate that I get content out. So thank each and every one of you. Try looking at trophies for game time. Oh, thanks, dude. Good looking out, Harbo. Let's see if that works. I've always looked at it through that way. But it's always worked. But let's see. Trophies. Hitman 3. Yeah, it doesn't show it, unfortunately, man. Unfortunately, it does not show it. I wish it did, man. You got to go to your profile. Let's see if maybe we try to go to our profile from here. Let's see. Settings, profile. Same thing, man. Oh, it's so frustrating. Same thing. Right. Trophies. Yeah, nothing here. Just for whatever reason can't load. Is there an update that I need to apply or something? Here, let me try to just try to reset here. Do our power, restart PS5. Maybe that'll help. We'll see how it goes. Strange. Sorry, dude. Nothing to be sorry about, man. That's a great suggestion. I wouldn't have even ever thought of about that, man. Oh my gosh, I'm trying so hard not to crush like a grilled cheese sandwich and a peanut butter and jelly. I'm all about those carbs, man, and maybe a little bit of sugar. I do like me some sugar. I just know I got to do 2.5 miles tomorrow, and I'm like, oh man, I didn't eat dinner tonight. I had 8 beers. Oh boy. All right, let's see if this solves our issues. Yeah, it should. And if it doesn't, I'm got a steel-toed boot ready for someone's TAINT. Profile. PlayStation 5, ladies and gentlemen. It just, man, it just doesn't work the ways you want it to. It just doesn't. 6 out of 10, man, after a year. PS4 is a better system, just overall. Period. Straight up. Just better system. It is what it is. It's going to buff out. We'll deal with it. Seriously, guys, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Cheers to each and every one of you. Have a great evening. Have a great holiday. Hopefully, I'll see you guys before Thanksgiving. If not, I'll see you next Friday. Or maybe Saturday. I think I have next now. Yeah, probably next Saturday. So my wife is giving me next Saturday to just kind of play games. And whenever she does that for me, I end up spending time with the girls and with her anyway. But I'll be around. Hopefully get a video or 2 out before then. So stay tuned. If I don't have a video out this week, I'll have 2 out this coming week. Because I got to talk about that Game Awards stuff. And then we have some other things we got to talk about as well. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend. Thank you for spending your time here with BauerKillz. Check out my content if you haven't already. If you're new here, subscribe, comment, talk to me, and engage with the anti-shill and passion personified. And I'll be looking forward to speaking with you all here real soon. God bless, take care, and have a great night. Good night, all.